Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into Telegram Unblocked, how to access Telegram anywhere in 20. This is going to be a really comprehensive guide, so stick around because I'm going to cover everything you need to know. Let's start with the basics. Telegram is blocked on millions of networks worldwide. Whether you are at school, work, or traveling in a country that restricts Telegram, there are several reliable methods to regain access using proxies and other tools. Telegram has built-in proxy support using the MT protocol specifically designed for bypassing blocks. This makes it one of the easier platforms to unblock. This guide covers the most effective methods to unblock Telegram, from quick free options to reliable paid solutions. So why is Telegram blocked? Telegram is blocked in China, Iran, and has been restricted in Russia and other countries due to encryption and content moderation disputes. There are different types of Telegram blocks that networks use, ranging from simple DNS filtering to more advanced deep packet inspection. Knowing what type of block you're dealing with helps you pick the right method. Let's get into the methods. Method 1 is using a web proxy, and it's free and quick. Web proxies route your traffic through an intermediary server, hiding your request from the local network filter. Here's how it works. You open a web proxy site like Hide My Ass Web Proxy, Proxy, or Kproxy. You enter Telegram's URL in the proxy's address bar. The proxy fetches Telegram and displays it through its own domain. The pros are that it's free and instant with no software installation. It works on school or work computers where you cannot install software, and no account is needed. The cons are that it's slower than direct access. It may not work with Telegram's interactive features. Some networks block known web proxy sites, and it's not suitable for mobile app access. This method is best for quick temporary Telegram access on restricted computers. Method 2 is using a SOCKS 5 proxy, and this is the most reliable option. A SOCKS 5 proxy routes all your traffic through residential IP addresses, making your connection appear as normal user traffic that network filters cannot easily distinguish from regular browsing. Here's how it works. You sign up for a proxy provider like Smart Proxy, IP Royal, or Bright Data. You configure the proxy in your browser settings or use a proxy extension. You connect through an IP in a country where Telegram is accessible. Then you access Telegram normally. The pros are high reliability since residential IPs are rarely blocked, full Telegram functionality including interactive features. It works for both web and app access with device-level proxy, and geo-targeting lets you choose which country to connect from. The cons are that it requires a paid subscription at around $4 to $10 per gigabyte, slightly more setup than a web proxy, and bandwidth costs for heavy media consumption. This method is best for reliable, ongoing Telegram access, especially in countries with sophisticated blocking. Method 3 is using a residential proxy. A residential proxy provides an alternative approach to bypassing Telegram restrictions. You set up the residential proxy using your provider's instructions, configure your device or browser to route traffic through it, then connect and access Telegram. The pros are a good balance of privacy and accessibility. It works for most Telegram block types, and it can be configured at the device level for app access. The cons are that it may require more technical setup, and some networks detect and block common proxy protocols. Method 4 is using a proxy browser extension. Browser extensions like Proxy Switchy Omega, Foxy Proxy, or dedicated proxy extensions make proxy setup simple and toggleable. You install a proxy extension from the Chrome Web Store or Firefox add-ons, enter your proxy server details from your proxy provider, then enable the extension and browse Telegram normally. The pros are an easy on or off toggle. It only proxies browser traffic and not other apps, and it's quick to set up. The cons are that it requires the ability to install browser extensions, which may be restricted, and it only works in the browser, not for Telegram's desktop or mobile app. Method 5 is changing your DNS settings. If Telegram is blocked via DNS filtering only, changing your DNS server can bypass the block. Open network settings on your device. Change DNS to a public DNS. For Google DNS, use 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4. For Cloudflare DNS, use 1.1.1 and 1.0.1. For Quad 9, use 9.9. Save settings and try accessing Telegram. This is free, fast, and requires no additional software, but it only works for DNS-level blocks and does not bypass IP blocking or deep packet inspection. When comparing these methods, each one has different trade-offs in terms of cost, reliability, speed, and ease of setup. The right choice depends on your specific situation. For proxy providers that work well for unblocking Telegram, Smart Proxy, IP Royal, and Bright Data are solid options to look into. Now let's talk about how to unblock Telegram on specific devices. On a school Chromebook, these are managed devices with limited customization options. Your best bets are using a web proxy through Chrome if it's not blocked, trying the Google Translate trick where you use Google Translate to translate Telegram's URL from another language, accessing Google's cached version of Telegram pages, or trying Telegram's mobile or alternative domains. On iPhone or iPad, you can configure a proxy in settings, then Wi-Fi, then your network, then configure proxy, enter your proxy provider server details, or use a proxy app from the App Store. On Android, go to settings, then Wi-Fi, then your network, then advanced, then proxy. Set manual proxy configuration and enter your proxy server address and port. On Windows PC, go to settings, then network and internet, then proxy. Enable manual proxy setup and enter the proxy address and port from your provider. On Mac, go to system preferences, then network, then advanced, then proxies. Enable web proxy for HTTP or secure web proxy for HTTPS. enter your proxy details. Now, some important safety considerations for HTTP. Use reputable proxy providers with clear privacy policies. Ensure the proxy connection is encrypted with HTTPS. Log out of sensitive accounts before using free proxy services, and check your local laws regarding circumventing network restrictions. Things you should not do. Don't enter passwords or financial information through free web proxies. Don't download unknown proxy software that could contain malware. Don't violate your school or employer's acceptable use policy without understanding the consequences. And don't use proxies to access illegal content. Let's cover the frequently asked questions. Is it legal to unblock Telegram? Using proxies to access Telegram is legal in most countries. However, bypassing your school or employer's network restrictions may violate their acceptable use policy. In countries where Telegram is government blocked, proxy use may be in a legal gray area, so check local laws. What is the fastest way to unblock Telegram? The fastest method is using a web proxy. Simply visit a proxy site and enter Telegram's URL. For better speed and reliability, a residential proxy with a browser extension provides the best ongoing experience. Can I unblock Telegram for free? Yes. Web proxies like Proxy and K-Proxy, DNS changes like switching to 1.1, and browser-based proxy extensions with free tiers can unblock Telegram at no cost. However, free methods are less reliable than paid proxy services. Will my school or employer know I'm using a proxy? Sophisticated network monitoring can detect proxy usage. Free web proxies are easier to detect than residential proxies. If your network uses deep packet inspection, even encrypted proxy traffic may be flagged. Consider the consequences before bypassing network restrictions. Why does Telegram keep getting blocked? Telegram gets reblocked as network administrators update their filter list. If one method stops working, try a different approach. Residential proxies with rotating IPs are the most resilient against ongoing blocking. If you want to go deeper, we've got guides on best web unblockers for 2026, how to unblock websites on school Chromebook, web proxy sites guide, proxy browser extensions, and proxy pricing guide for 2026. And that wraps up today's deep dive into Telegram Unblocked, how to access Telegram anywhere in 20. I hope you found this helpful and that you picked up some actionable insights you can start using right away. If you want to learn more, head over to our website at dataresearchtools.com, where we've got tons of guides and tutorials covering everything from proxies to web scraping and beyond. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.